All right, call the Osseo City Council regular meeting to order here for Tuesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. Roll call. Looks like we have all members with us this evening. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Look for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
All right, got a motion by Councilmember Hallstrom to approve tonight's agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, consent agenda. Any questions on that? If not, we look for a motion.
I'd like item D removed for further discussion.
Item which one?
D,
D.
this officer star repayment agreement.
Okay. Okay, would you like to make a motion approving the rest of them?
Sure, I'll make that motion.
Can I ask for something first, please, Mr.
for it.
Mayor? There, on page 7 of what we're going to approve for the council minutes last time is typographical with Officer Starry's name, if that could be corrected, please. And other than that, go ahead, John. Councilmember Hall, excuse me. Go ahead if you'd like to make your motion. with that.
Goathead.
What?
Goathead?
Councilmember Hall.
You said go ahead, and it
Go
sounded like
ahead.
goathead. I'll move that, the agenda with the correction, or the consent agenda with the correction,
We got
with
a
item
motion.
D removed.
Okay, we've got a motion by Councilmember Hall to approve tonight's consent agenda A, B, C, and E with noted changes. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilmember Hallstrom. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, questions, Mr. Hall?
Item D, the agreement. When we accepted Officer Starry's resignation, I asked at this council meeting if there was any monies owed to the city, and I received a statement of no. And now we're seeing that we were owed $10,000. Is there any explanation on that?
I'd have to go back and look because I'm
Okay.
sure it was an issue of any monies owed. You asked during a resignation.
Yes, because I was told that there was $10,000, the incentive was owed to the city because the 4 years hadn't been completed, 4 years of service, and now we find that, yes, it truly is, the $10,000 incentive is owed back to the city.
That's true.
Okay, so I just want to clarify,
I don't have that in front of me that
Okay.
I said no, number one, but
Okay.
I knew that she owed money, yes.
okay,
Okay, with that, would you like to make a motion?
I'll move that we approve item D then.
Okay, got a motion by Councilmember Hall to approve item 5D on the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Second by Councilmember Hallstrom. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, next, matters from the floor. Anyone wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name, and address the council on a matter you wish. Generally not attempt to answer your questions, but we'll consider those at future council meetings. Any matters from the floor?
Good evening, Council. Nick Torres, 133 8th Avenue Northeast, Osseo, Minnesota, 55369. Just a real quick thought, obviously not looking for an answer. Was reading through the proposed ordinance for cannabis, and I understand it's only just a first reading tonight, but just some food for thought for right now. I was kind of researching real quick background checks and how those relate to licenses in municipalities. And just a real quick cursory look using Google, I found that the city of Buffalo actually conducts criminal background checks for their liquor licenses. So again, just food for thought. Is that something that potentially council may like to put into this regulation? Because after having read it, I do see the pre-certification and the compliance and whatnot. I did not see anything specifically to doing background checks. And since we are dealing with a substance that while legal in Minnesota, is still federally what it is. Might be something we just want to think about, and we want to make sure who is it, in fact, we are giving a very, very good license to. And that's it. Thank you. Good idea.
Mr. Mayor, just to clarify that on Nick, the city attorney at the last meeting said that the state would be doing all the background checks, and we would not have to.
Okay. All right. Well,
state
just again, just food for thought, since once we write the rule is the rule. So, but thank you, and I appreciate that, John. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
I just want to say thank you to all the candidates that stepped up and put their name in for the election. And then I also want to congratulate everybody that won. I want to talk about number 5, consent agenda A, the council minutes. The whole section after the closed section that you guys went into closed session, nothing stated after what happened. So we have an internal review on allegations on somebody that should probably be on administrative leave, since it's allegations about how they communicate or work with employees, fellow employees. So if you can, go back and fix the minutes for that. Next, I'm going to talk about your Alicia Vickerman thing here.
You have copies for the rest of us?
Oh, you guys already know. So
Well, I mean, you're disseminating information to the council without giving it to everybody.
Yeah, which
you
is,
do the same thing. Did you disclose all 11 candidates and their resumes to the entire council? Or are you determining for yourself to make a deal with somebody that doesn't even have the experience to take that position? They don't meet the minimum requirements. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you copies.
Mr. Mayor, what are these copies from? Preston?
Oh, yeah, I'll explain to that.
Okay.
Okay, so page 1.
It's their LinkedIn profile, I'm sure.
Yep, LinkedIn profile. So, as page 1 shows, 3 years, 11 months, council member. She couldn't even finish her council term. Next one, I'm just showing a pattern here. 1 year, 8 months with Target, 3 years, 1 month with Wells Fargo. Second page, Famous Dave's, 3 years, 2 months. Back with Target, 3 years, 3 months. There's a pattern here. She can't make it past 4 years anywhere. You want to hire somebody that has no experience, that does not meet the minimum requirements, that probably won't last for 4 years. The other thing is on page 2, bachelor's English literature. That does not meet the requirement, the minimum requirement for that job posting. Page 3, on her link account, I highlighted it for you. I do not have a background in city government. Page 4, don't care about, but I'm giving you all the information I got. The other thing here I got is, next 3 pages is the description of the position. You can skip the first page on that. You can go look at your next one. It says minimum requirement, education and experience. Bachelor's degree in public administration, community development, urban planning, business administration, communications, or a related field. English literature, if I'm mistaken, is not a related field. Or equivalent combination of education. I still don't see that. You also have a minimum of 3 years of progressive related government experience. Council, I don't think being on the council, I don't think meets that requirement. Because she's working city council meetings, other things. All right, so you got my opinion on that. You had 10 other applicants. More than likely, they came from LMC. If not, they put their name in because they knew they met the minimum requirements. I was hoping Mary was going to be here tonight. What's your name?
Jana O'Leary Sullivan.
Okay, Jana. You know, oh, hey, that is you. Huh.
That's the one he's got.
I got a copy for you then.
She can read mine.
Oh, she can take it back.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I highlighted, this is a letter from your law firm, from you, apparently. And I highlighted the portion where, as well as prosecutors have broad discretion in enforcing and interpreting the law. Okay? The first part I didn't highlight, I forgot to highlight, was police officers. Now, you're going to do a first reading on a cannabis ordinance, okay? I would imagine when you do this reading, you're going to make it so nobody can interpret it in a different fashion. Because if a police officer or a prosecutor can interpret, then that means the public can interpret it a different way too. It doesn't work that way. Law is law, it's written in stone. I don't understand why you would even send me that letter, because now I have it physical copy. You had something? Other than that, I think you really need to look back at the minutes again. Make sure you talk about the tyrant here, and I think you should suggest him to be on suspended leave. I mean, it's a huge allegation. Do you know anything about the Hennepin County investigation yet?
I don't think I'm supposed to talk during the matters.
You
from
can.
the
Okay.
floor.
All right. Well, you know, it's about how I got the video and how I posted it, and nobody's came and asked me a question on it. So I understand how you guys do your investigations in-house, and I'm going to call you when I'm going to call you in here. I'm going to call you guys cronies, HR. You're trying to pass off somebody that doesn't have the experience or even meet the minimum requirements. So please think about it again. Thank you for your time.
Any other matters on the floor? Third time matters on the floor? All right, moving on. 7A, special business. Approve Mini Dazzle special event permit for Osseo Fire Department.
Mayor and council, this is a celebration that we've had for several years now. It is a great celebration that we have every year. Fire took it over 3 years ago from the police department. And this has been around to all of our department heads for comment. And there's really no issues. We're pretty much at the same stamp deal that we have every year. So just looking for approval for it.
No, it's a great community event, so look for a motion to approve.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I motion to approve the special event for Mini Dazzle.
Okay, got a motion by Councilmember Hallstrom to approve the mini dazzle event permit. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, 7B, canvass results from the 11/5/24 general election.
So this is going to kind of fall on the mayor's plate, but the canvassing results can occur at the regular council meeting following the general election, which is November 12th. That's today. You serve as our canvassing board for city elections. The council must meet to canvass the returns, declare the results within 3 to 10 days after a general election. The canvass board publicly canvasses the election returns by reviewing the abstract from the county and write-in reports, which each of you, I think, have at your desk, which will be distributed to the mayor and the council. So right now, I think, Mayor, you're supposed to put on the record the results.
Yep. The summary of the totals for the election, the number of persons registered as of 7 a.m. was 1,695. The number of persons registered on election day was 121. Number of accepted regular military or overseas absentee ballots and mail-in ballots was 646. Number of federal office only absentee ballots, there were 4. Number of presidential absentee ballots, there was 0. And the total number of persons voting was 1,507 voters. I believe that was a little over 80% voter turnout. And the results were this. The mayor position, Dwayne Poppy had 784 votes. Juliana Hallstrom had 496 votes. And the write-ins, there were 13 votes. For the office of council members for the city of Osseo, Nick Torres had 648 votes. Mark Cook had 832 votes. Mike Danelius had 198 votes. Preston Kraska had 284. And write-ins were 20 on that. We, the legal constituting county canvassing board, certify that we herein specify the names and the persons receiving votes and the number of votes received by each office, voted on, and have specified the number of votes for and against each question voted on the state general election held on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. So we'd look for a motion to approve the canvassing and the winners. Okay, I got a motion by Councilmember Schultz to approve the results. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Our number 8, public hearings. No public hearings this evening. Number 9, old business. No old business in front of us. Number 10, new business. 10A, first reading of the cannabis registration ordinance.
Just one thing, council, if I'm going to pass this around, if I could get you to sign it since you approved the results for the canvas. I appreciate that. Okay, Mayor and council, we discussed the cannabis and hemp registration ordinance at the September 30th and October 28th work sessions. The council gave direction to staff. We've now applied that direction and created an ordinance. We're asking the council to approve the first reading of the cannabis hemp registration ordinance. If the first reading is approved, we'll bring the reading to, or do the second reading and adoption at the November 25th council meeting.
Questions, council? Or motion?
I have one question.
Yep.
Can I presume that the city attorney's office has looked at it?
They created it, yes.
Okay, perfect, thank you. That was it. I'll move that we approve the first reading of the cannabis registration ordinance.
Okay, we've got a motion by Councilmember Hall to approve the first reading of the cannabis ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Schultz. Any further discussion? See none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, number 10B, approve the hire of Alicia Vickerman as the Assistant City Administrator.
Mayor and council, on October 10th, the HR committee and I interviewed 11 different candidates for the assistant city administrator position. We were able to narrow that candidate pool to 2. On 11/6 of 2024, the HR committee and I were able to interview the 2 remaining candidates. After this hour-long interview, the entire group felt that Alicia Vickerman was the person to hire for the new assistant city administrator. She has agreed to her contract terms, and her pay will be grade 13, step 1. And we're just asking that she be approved tonight for hire.
Okay. Questions, Council?
Yeah. In terms of agreement, duties, it looks like job description attached as Exhibit A. I can't find Exhibit A. So until the city council has had an opportunity to review the job descriptions, I believe we should put this on hold, and I will make the motion that we table this. We're delaying the action until the next regular scheduled council meeting, until all council members have had an opportunity to see the job description and go over the resumes of all the 11 candidates.
Can I answer? Or
Yeah.
that job description was approved by this same body a month ago.
Correct, but it says it's attached, and I would like to see it. I would have liked to have seen it last Thursday. And then again, I'd like to echo Preston, his comments about the,
Where is it? I'm sorry, where does it say that? Is it in the contract?
it's in the terms of agreement, duties, number 2,
And that's the
including all
attached.
duties outlined in the job description attached as Exhibit A,
So was your motion, did you make a motion there?
Yep.
So then,
to delay it.
but so we're not in discussion
Right.
point, so you made a motion. So
Correct.
Is there a second on that motion to delay this? Okay, that motion has failed to postpone this due to the lack of a second. I guess we can open up for discussion and continue with your questions.
And again, I have questions like Preston brought up. Supposedly it's a city planner's position, but I didn't see any experience here as a city planner. We're gonna have a city planner with no experience also? And it says in there that we're gonna pay for classes and school, et cetera. Are we gonna pay for assistant administrative school and planning school? What is the limits on what we're gonna pay for?
On most of the people, they have, educational.
Oh, I get that, but are we gonna have to pay for planning? For somebody to go to school to become a city planner?
Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
I mean, every planning or every education request is approved by the council, so the council will determine that moving forward.
So I get that, but you
answer
haven't
your
answered the question. Are we gonna pay for that?
I literally just did.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna pay for it.
I mean, it depends on if the council decides that it's a wise expenditure of money at that time. I can't predict what's going to be put in as far as educational requests. That's why the council approves all those.
We're paying somebody $100,000 a year plus benefits with no experience in planning to be the city planner, no experience as an assistant city administrator to be an assistant city administrator, and if something happens to him, then that person is then the city administrator. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I do recommend that we approve the hire of Alicia. As I've said every single time, been part of different recommendations, is that when we go through a process like this, we need to really be introspective into what the city needs at that time. And whether or not everybody has all the specific experience that we require that people think they need at that point in time, people can evolve. Everybody that we've ever hired has evolved. And so I believe that Alicia's exactly who our city needs to move us to the next level when we create a different position. I believe that we are adequately covered. When you look at the planning stuff that we've done, if you look back over the past, up until recently, the Planning Commission didn't have a single meeting for over a year. So that aspect is a pretty small part, but we also have a pretty competent legal team that we rely on heavily, regardless of who our planner is. So in making that recommendation, I feel we're covered just fine in that area.
And how many people were on the interview committee? 3? 3. Same 3 again.
All approved by the council.
Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
I've got a lot of things I want to say here real quick, but, and I'll try to do them in a way that makes sense. You know, I think I agree with Councilmember Schultz here in a sense of that it's about finding the right person. I get I don't even know if I want to say angry is the right word. I get concerned when we start to attack each other, and attack maybe is not the right word. I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. That have been elected officials that then serve on these these committees, whether it be the cannabis committee or the HR committee or whatever committee it is that you've been commissioned to do. And then the people that are not on those committees start to question the outcome and the recommendations from those committees in a way in which it's one thing to ask questions. It's one thing to ask questions for clarification and things like that. It's another thing when we start, in my opinion, when we start calling into question people's integrity. The HR committee, as it sits in this moment, hired an incredible clerk that people were complaining about, and she didn't have enough experience. And if you saw the work that she did for the election, it was incredible. She did a great job. I get nervous when we start calling into question the trust of these people that sit on the committees, that do the work. Otherwise, let's not have them. Let's not have an HR committee anymore. Let's just all sit in on every single interview and do all that. If that's the way we're going to do it, then let's take change. But that's not how it's currently structured. We're working within the parameters of how things are currently structured. And if we don't like the way that things are currently structured, then we got to change it. But for now, this is the way it's structured. There's people on the HR committee. They reviewed the applications. They did the interviews. I didn't sit in the interviews. And I don't care what you say. You can read any application you want. Until you sit down face-to-face with somebody and have a conversation, you don't really know. That's why we do interviews. I wasn't in on those interviews. There were 3 people, 2 of which were elected by the people of this community, 1 of which was recently re-elected by the people of this community, that sat in that room to make those decisions. And then now we're calling into question the decisions they make when we weren't in the room. I got a problem with that. And as far as the candidate that they're putting for us, and, you know, we're going to sit here and we're going to just in my opinion, completely disrespect any lived experience that this person has and try to say that sitting on a council for multiple terms, serving on several committees, isn't city government experience. I don't know. I don't get that. I don't understand how that works. You're talking about somebody who's been a multiple term councilman, ran for mayor, and we're going to question her commitment because she didn't finish her last term. She didn't finish the last, 6 months of her last term. Let me finish. Because she wanted to pursue other opportunities to give back to the city. And now we're going to question her dedication. I don't get that. I also think, there are people okay, maybe you have an issue with this person. I don't know. There's previous relations. I don't know. This person voted against me twice for this spot, if we're going to be honest. If I wanted to have a personal beef with this person, I could. They voted against me twice when they knew I wanted to be up here. And I kept coming back. And yet I'm still sitting here thinking I think she's going to be great for this job. I really do. I really do. And it has nothing to do with I believe that this is a person who is dedicated to our town, who's committed to our town, and is going to work her absolute tail off to be great for this town. And I think the HR committee felt the exact same way, and I think that's why they put her in front of us. Not because they're cronies, not because they're trying to push their own agendas, but I think they genuinely believe that this person is going to be great for this job. And I believe in our HR committee, and I believe in the people that we've put into those spots, and I'm going to support their decision. And I'm sorry I had to get a lot of that off my chest, because I just feel like there's some things going on that it's just, they're frustrating. And so that's all.
Mr.
Just to
Mayor?
clarify, it wasn't one full term, not multiple.
Councilmember Hellstrom.
We ready?
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, Councilmember Schultz, I sat on HR for some time with former Councilmember Vickerman. And I look at this somewhat the same as many of you, and somewhat different. When it came to appointing council members, we were given resumes, letters of interest, experience, etc. And I contacted them. Even if I didn't have a phone number, I actually wrote a handwritten letter to contact somebody. As HR, former council member Vickerman and myself brought forward many employees that had no experience. This was maybe their first time job. And we did the work just like the HR committee has done here tonight. And we hope to have the support of our council members. I understand when it's a position like this and the experience doesn't match exactly in other people's eyes. I understand some of even Councilmember Hall's concerns. However, myself, Alicia, you told me something months back, that this would be your dream job. I believe that you deserve your dream job. I believe Osseo deserves to see you rise in your dream job. I've worked with you. We voted different. We voted the same. I look at you today and I call you a friend. And we can disagree, we can agree. But tonight, I feel I'm going to support your dream. And I believe that you will give 150% to the city of Osseo. You and Marissa and your children have been a beautiful part of this community. And you go out of your way oftentimes to help people that you have a hard time asking. And I thank you both for that as well. And I'm sorry for the emotion. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I would say, I mean, I understand people's questioning, to be honest, prior to going through the whole process, I had my questions as well. Obviously there's been another name thrown around, was one of the final two. If you look on paper, yeah, he's got more planning. There's more to this job than just planning and zoning. It's bigger than that. And I feel like she's the right person at the right time to bring us to where we need to be going forward, to establish a culture, to establish things. It's bigger than, do you know the zoning code? There's plenty of consultants to do that. This job is bigger than just planning and zoning that everyone's just hung up on. I get it. You understand people have a myopic view on things and don't understand the big picture, and they get honed in on that. Decisions like this are bigger than just one little component of what it is. So with that, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to go ahead and hire Alicia Vickerman for the assistant administrator position.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Hallstrom to approve the hire of Alicia Vickerman. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cook. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes 4-1. Welcome aboard. 10C, approve changes to the ESST policy.
Mayor, council, we had some discussions at the 1028 work session about these changes that had come back in May with the state legislature. We heard from our fire chief, and this is the actual policy that's attached with some changes. There's a couple extra ones you may not have seen, but that was something Mary had added when she went through the policy herself, more statute-based things. And so I'm just looking for an approval to change that ESST policy to follow state statute.
Questions? If not, we look for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the changes to the ESST policy.
Okay, got a motion by Councilmember Cook to approve the changes to the policy. Is there a second?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Second by Councilmember Hall. I think just made sure my right ear.
That's
Here's a
fine.
little bit better. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, 10D, approved council memo. Questions on that?
No, Xcel Energy isn't on there, or CenterPoint. CenterPoint
Okay,
with their.
we got a motion by
letting-
Councilmember Schultz to approve tonight's accounts payable. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember
I
Cook.
do have a question.
Right, discussion, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, I see we have a garage door again on the police department?
Yeah.
Fixed?
Yep,
Are they
fixed.
all fixed now, all three?
They're all working currently.
Okay.
They seem to go out all the time, but
A-
yes, they
as
are
of
working.
now.
As of
Right
today.
now.
As of today, like I said.
house that could be looked at.
Okay.
Maybe not squads, but at least doors.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only question I have.
Okay. All right, any further discussion? So, all right,
There's three charges that are exact
Okay.
same from NPC.
all those approve?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, number 11, administrator report. Administrator Mickelson.
Well, I'd just like to thank Natalie Santillo and Mary Lou Beyer and Ann Schneider and all of our election judges. I tell you, I helped and assisted with the primary, and I got less hair than I have right now because of that. But they did a wonderful job with the election. It went flawlessly. I haven't seen anything like it, in this kind of time of obviously dissension and the presidential campaign, and the voter turnout was awesome. I mean, I think we have the highest in Hennepin County, or one of them anyway, for our little community. But everything went great, and I just want to give them a big, huge thank you for all the work. I mean, there was probably somewhere in the 40-some 35 hours of overtime just to make this thing work. Mary Lou and Natalie spent time here on the weekends taking in absentee balloting, and they spent almost 15 or 16 hours that Tuesday just getting everything done. I spent some time here, ended up leaving because everything just seemed like it was running very smoothly. So I just want to give a shout out to them for all their hard work. All of our judges were awesome. I talked to Natalie about that today. She said this was just great. And so I think our city election went as smooth as possible. Public Works also should get a big thank you for setting up the room. I'd like to say thank you to Dee Bond for moving her schedule around for the seniors so that we could get in there early and set up, so we didn't have as much overtime. I really appreciate that. So just a lot of thanks to go around, because that is a huge endeavor and to do it in a way that there's no issues, no one's questioning anything. Now with our canvassing done, we're done with the election, and now Natalie's super excited to start doing her daily chores because that's all been kind of stuck in the background. I do want to give her kudos too for coming in late and just running. That's her feet hit the ground and she's just ran the whole time. So very impressive. So that's my report.
Okay, thank you. Council and Attorney's report. Attorney.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, just for my report?
Yep.
I have nothing to report other than I'm open for questions if you have anything.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Holstrom.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that.
I look forward to working the second half of my second term with you as mayor and continuing on that. Congratulations, Councilmember Cook. Congratulations, Councilmember Torres. Congratulations to every person that puts their name on a ballot. And please, please, please keep encouraging people to do that. As you see, I'm the only elected woman here. Ladies, come forward. We need you too. My thanks to the election staff. I heard how incredibly busy it was and how smooth it went with a new clerk, and that's very impressive. Thank you to HR for doing the interviewing and coming forward with the candidate tonight. I just want to thank Mackenzie Fino, the 5th generation of Finos in the fire department, and her years of service. And I'm sure, Chief, you will find ways for her to stay involved in community events as she's requested. And I hope that that's a possibility. And all the best, and thank you again, Mackenzie. And the same to Troy Strickler. He was also an officer, a lieutenant, and active with the Fire Relief Association. And he had 13 years plus. And I just want to thank them for their service in our fire department. Wish them well in where they're going and what they're doing. LMC still has Mayor for a Day contest out there. If anybody's interested, young people, this is your chance.
Yeah,
There
I
was a
actually got
request.
invited in the past. I've gotten, sorry to interrupt, but I got invited in the past, the elementary school, their class, that was their writing project, and I got to come in and present what the mayor does, and it asked a lot of fun questions, so.
All right, cool. On that note, I've been asked to work with another scouting group, as I had last year about this time, that unfortunately I was in the hospital with kidney stones the night they came. So I really hope that when we get to that point, I will be present that night as well. It came as a request from the public, wondering if the write-in votes can be made public. I don't make those decisions. I'm just bringing it forward and,
I'll talk to Natalie about that.
okay. Thank you kindly. And lastly, oh, not quite lastly, getting there though. Metro City's annual policy adoption meeting is next Thursday at 4 p.m. I've registered to go. If nobody else from Osseo is going, I will make sure that I am their voting member for Osseo. If there's anybody else that signs up that would rather be their voting member, please let me know.
Out of town next Thursday for work, so.
Okay. Congratulations, Alicia, in stepping forward in a new place in this city, and look forward to it. And last but not least, let us all find things to be thankful for and have a happy Thanksgiving. that I pass.
All right, Councilmember Hall.
Congratulations to all those that ran and those that won in the last election. And thank you to all the vets. I know today is the day after Veterans Day, but thank you to all the vets that have served. And the photo on the webpage has been the same for the last,
And we've tried to change it, and it's just not going very well. So we're working on it. We really are. We'll get there.
okay. And then we've had 2 police car accidents with deer, but it doesn't say where on 81. I would suggest that they stay off of County Road 81 then. Especially if it's not in the city.
Well, they were there legally and within policy, so there's no issues there.
Right,
But
right, I understand.
I told them next time go to Champlin if they have to do what they need to do. So yeah.
Yeah, and was anybody
The
able to?
deer or the police?
Well, donate the deer or DNR show up?
I believe the one deer ran away. That was the first one. The second one was we call it DOT, dead right there, but
Oh, yeah.
or DRT, but it was yes. So Maple Grove has a list, and they came
sure.
to the scene, and then they had somebody come and take the deer.
Great, great. So it
I
didn't go
with
to
the
waste.
damage that I saw and the way that
gosh.
squad car looked, I don't think there was much left of that deer to try to harvest, but
Hamburger.
that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. It was already pre-hamburgered.
Let's move on, please.
Yes.
I had,
Would you like to see visuals?
no, I had a deer motorcycle accident. I don't need to hear about this.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Councilmember Cook.
I just also want to reiterate the thank you to Natalie and her staff and I mean, what a great hire she's been and what a great job she did with elections and to come in at the time it was so busy. I just thought it was seamless and I thought it went really, or at least she made it look like it was seamless, which was great. I wanted to tell Councilmember Hall that I finally made it to the park. The elementary school park.
Nice.
And
How'd you like it?
the kids loved it, and you were 100% right. It is a beautiful park, and and so we're grateful to have that. Small Business Saturday coming up 11:30. It's always a great event in town. I want to thank the voters for the support that we got. Congratulations to Mayor Poppy on your reelection. And I am super, super excited to work alongside Councilman Torres moving forward. Him and I have already been in contact about EDA stuff, and so I feel like we've got somebody who is going to be tremendously dedicated to our town and a great voice of reason and a very intelligent, higher level thinker. And so I look forward to learning from him and working alongside of him. And then last, not last. I'm following your suit here. I'm getting ahead of myself. I see we have our Eagle Scout in the room, and so I want to welcome you back. I last time I was by there's no flag up. Do we know why there's no flag up?
So it's a little bit interesting things involved. When the power lines were put up, it was.
Can you come up to the mic just so everybody can hear you from at home? Because we've got quite a few questions on that. So I think everybody wants to know.
So we, the whole goal of the thing is we actually had originally hired a company to come out and take down the flagpole so we could get it repainted, restrung up. But we learned that he got up in his car, and he's like, "This is way too close to the power pole. If I touch this, I'm gonna get absolutely electrocuted." So to our understanding, when the power lines were built over there, the flagpole was not taken into account at all. I'm not sure how they got it up because the flagpole was there before, and there hasn't been a flag hung in there in over, I think, 12-ish years. So we working with James, we talked to Excel and the Legion, and we talked to Excel, and Excel was like, they told us they really couldn't do anything about it unless we wanted to spend $50,000 to try to shut down the whole line for a day to take the thing down and get out of the way. So we kind of left it in the hands of James, and that was the end of the wraps of my project and kind of the end of my knowledge on the topic.
Okay.
Mayor Poppy, on that flag and the high voltage lines, they do have covers they can put over those. If you drive along the road every once in a while, you'll see an orange cover over it. That's a protector. I'm a retired electrician, and I took a 7,800 from hand to hand.
Are you talking about on the
Yeah, on the line. Yeah, they can cover the line up so you don't come in contact with it. That's what everybody does. So I would suggest that to XL Energy, that they put the covers on them, because then you can protect anybody from it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all. I just had gotten questions about the flag, and I saw you were here, and I was like, well, heck, I'm gonna just ask him. All right, and then lastly is I just want to welcome Alicia to the city staff, and we're really excited to have you as part of the staff. And I know that the people in that office are very, very excited to have a full staff, as they have been working tirelessly to try to keep up with things. And so to finally have that office back fully staffed, I think is going to be tremendous for our city. So I'm excited, and so thank you. And with that, I yield.
Member Schultz.
So I have lots of comments here this evening. First of all, I want to thank all of our veterans for their service. I mean, the willingness of any veteran to serve is what allows us the freedoms that we have, including freedom of speech, which is a big one. I want to also thank Councilmember Cook for your comments. You said it better than I could, and I've tried to figure out ways to say it, and this is just kind of where I've left it at. I want to thank City Hall staff for their work regarding the election, especially Natalie. She came in, she's very skilled, very experienced, absolutely the right pick for that thing, and she just made it seem like she's been here for 15 years. Absolutely amazing. I want to thank the voters of Osseo for the outcome of this election. I feel personally that we are going to be a great spot for the next several years. I'm really super excited to continue to serve with Councilmember Cook, and in talking with Councilmember-elect Torres, I'm very excited to serve with him as well. I very much appreciate the relationship that we already have and what we're going to have moving forward. I appreciate when you came up to address the council, you've always done it with the utmost respect, and that's not always been the case, and I appreciate that because it's not easy to sit up here and listen to some of the hate that can be spewed over that microphone from time to time. So I appreciate you and look forward to doing that more. Let me see here. I want to welcome Alicia. You sat through over 3 hours of grueling interviews to get to this point, okay? I think some people assume it was like a 15-minute gig, we're in and out, and now we're out having beers at the bar, okay? That is not how this went. We got real, we got raw, we got exactly where we needed to get, and I am very appreciative of the members of this council that supported our recommendation. As always, this is a recommendation that we make. Council can vote however they want to, okay? It's not like this is a mandate. It's not like this is a verdict. This is simply a recommendation. And, we did the job that was asked of us by the council. And I am very excited to start working with you, even more excited to watch who you will become here. I mean, I don't even think that I can fathom at this moment in time what you're going to mean to this community. So thank you. It's very important, as I've said many times from this area. One of the things that I hold as the best value is I want Osseo to continue to exist as Osseo for as long as reasonably possible. Is that always going to make us the least expensive place to live? Nope. Does that mean we're always going to offer high quality services? Yep. Does that mean we're going to consistently examine where we are, where we can be, and make strategic moves in that direction based on the knowledge that we have? Absolutely. I just wish that we had the opportunity to share more information than we can up here, but a lot of times, we can't comment on things because we have to protect our employees. They matter to us. They're important to us. And I'm just excited to be able to get council support in bringing you aboard. So thank you. With that, I'm done.
Welcome, Alicia. Yeah, thank you to the veterans. Make sure you always thank them for what we have here. And again, the election team. And then don't forget the mini dazzle. We approved tonight, December 6th, starting at 6 p.m. And then we do need some commission members needed for 2025. So if you're interested, we've got Economic Development Authority, 6-year term, 2 positions are available for that. Planning Commission, 3-year terms, 2 positions are available on that board. Public Safety Advisory, 1 position open for an Osseo business appointee. So if you know a Osseo business and they have interest in that, have them submit a letter of interest. And the Park and Rec Committee, 3-year term, 2 positions are open for that. So please send your letters of interest by January 1st to the city clerk here at the City Hall address. So with that, we'd move on to adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, we got a motion by Councilmember Schultz.
Second.
For adjournment, second by Councilmember Hallstrom. Non-debatable. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. We're adjourned at 7:55.